Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today we will be reviewing day 18 of KaffeBox's Advent Calendar, featuring the Monte, Copey, Costa Rica from Koppi Coffee Roasters. And there's the container right there. Alright, let's talk a brief bit about Koppi Coffee Roasters. They're based out of Helsingborg, Sweden, and they're the first Swedish coffee roaster I ever tried and reviewed on this channel. It was a little over a month ago at the Sound and Fog in West Seattle. I tried their washed Columbia, and I did enjoy it. Now, knowing I was going to be purchasing or had already purchased the KaffeBox Advent Calendar, I saw Copey was part of their offering, so I assumed I was going to be getting a couple more of their coffees to try and review. So I was looking very forward to them, and when I saw this morning that I was drinking Koppi Coffee Roasters, I knew that I was going to get that opportunity. Let's get the details out of the way. I did look on Koppi's website, and they had a recipe of 16.67 to 1 water to coffee ratio. And they didn't have a temperature, so since this is another standard Nordic light roast, I continued with the temperature I'd been using for most of the other coffees, 201 degrees Fahrenheit, and of course it was brewed through the Chemex. A couple more details about this coffee. And they list here many different processing methods, and I think it's because they used 8 different types of coffees in this, so I'm guessing that those coffees that they used within this had different processing methods. This is pretty much a huge hodgepodge of coffees and processing methods from one farm from Costa Rica, it looks like. So a little different, a little unique and interesting, but let's talk about the coffee itself. Right, I didn't have a solid first impression of what I was drinking or any details after I ground the beans, smelled the beans, brewed the coffee, the bloom, the first sip. I didn't have a very strong opinion on what it might be or some really strong flavor characteristics. This coffee initially reminded me so much of the natural Columbia from Fried Hats I'd reviewed, which had some more deeper flavors, some chocolate, some darker fleshy fruits, and then I said black licorice, but it was very similar taste profile minus the black licorice. And that was the most forward thing I was getting, and as it cooled down a little bit, some slight blackberry acidity, and what I would describe as, again, kind of weird after yesterday, a little bit of a chocolate waffle, a little more subtle, but that was the chocolate flavor I was getting, and then a little bit some kind of wheat taste to it as well. One thing I want to emphasize about this coffee was I think it's best the more it's cooled down, because this is slightly above room temperature, and I think it's way better now than it was when it was a little warmer, so it's another one of those coffees. Let me go ahead and get some more information. So the taste profile they have listed on here was dark chocolate, juicy plums, cooked forest berries, and molasses. And it does have that kind of sugary sweetness as well. And the dark chocolate, it's a little bit more of a milk chocolate for me. Plums, definitely getting, and the forest berries. Not gonna lie, I don't know exactly what that means, but if it's more along the lines of the blackberry, then I get that and I see that. Let me go ahead and pull up the tasting wheel so you can see what I was getting. And the biggest compliment I'll have on this coffee is that it's a pretty balanced cup of coffee. I liked the florals in this coffee, relatively sweet, chocolate. I don't think it should have gone any higher. I've had some much more chocolatey coffees, especially recently. But it's the very relatively high, the highest mark on here because of the pretty nice blackberry acidity I was getting from this coffee. So who would I suggest this coffee to? Pretty easy on this one as well. I feel like people that might like a little bit more balanced Central American coffees, I feel like this is a great one for you. Lighter coffees in general that are a little bit more balanced, that's what I'm looking at for this one. I did enjoy this coffee. Again, it's always been a nice break to get something a little bit more what I would call tame relative to a lot of these kind of wild and out there Nordic coffees that I have been drinking, so I did enjoy this one quite a bit, but I think that the last coffee from Copey will really kind of influence my overall opinion of this coffee roaster as a whole. I'm going to leave it at that. If you've tried this coffee, please let me know what you thought, as well as if you've tried Copey, I would love to know some more thoughts and opinions on that coffee roaster. If you enjoyed the content, give this video a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. This right here has been a review of the Monte Copey Costa Rica from Koppi Coffee Roasters. Thank you for watching.